So let me just say this before I start messing with this tire. I'm not a professional tire guy. Most of you watching this should go have a professional tire guy mess with your tire. Multiple reasons. It's first of all, it's extremely dangerous because a lot of times they fill these tires in cages. The other thing too is if you take the wheel off, a lot of times the place I go to when I'm busy and have no time to mess with this stuff and whatnot, they actually torque down the wheels. So if they take off the wheels, they re-torque the wheels. So there's that to think about. Liability if the wheel comes off and hits somebody in their car or whatever. So I'm just going to start off by saying I'm not a professional, but for those of you who are going to mess around with it, here's just a couple little tips. But with that being said, if you're not a professional, you should have a professional do it. Alright, so I got all new tires on the Pete, but I did notice this one keeps going flat, and the reason why is because this little puppy right there is loose. The valve stem's loose. I'm going to try to break down the tire and tighten up the nut on the inside of the rubber and see if it works. If not, I'll have to get a new valve stem. I'm going to get a new one later on, but being that it's winter time and I'm not really working too much, I don't like to spend a lot of money. So, I mean, I know that's not really expensive, but every little bit adds up, so we're going to try and fix it first. Whenever you can try to fix something, before replacing it, do that, because, you start just replacing everything and stuff adds up. So we'll get the truck moved over closer to my little tool place, aka shed, and see if we can break this down. Alright, I got it backed in on our little asphalt pad, but what I'm going to do is, because I want to get it up a little, I'm going to do the backing up onto the block on the inside rim so I don't have to put a jack under it, because I don't think I have a lot of jacks here. I think I brought them somewhere else to do something. Still got some wood chips in there from when we were chipping. So let me get a block of wood and get set up. What I did was I put a little block, then 2 blocks kind of, because I don't have a ramp. We'll try to back up on there. Mud flap came down. But we'll get you set up so you can kind of see what I'm doing. I don't know if this mud flap will stay up, but we'll give it help. Watch out, doggo. So that gets our outside tire completely off the ground. I can put my foot under it. And now we just got to get this bead to break loose so we can get a wrench in there, tighten that. That kind of sucks. I wish that was on top, but I'm not going to drive out and drive in and drive out and drive in till I get that up here. I'm just going to work with what I got going on. Now, they make a hammer for this. I do not have one, so what I'm gonna do is something that you don't want to hit the rim, but just take the back of any kind of hammer and just yeah, this one's kind of on there because this is a brand new tire, so I'm gonna really have to give it hell. Watch out, Doug. So that's the bottom's loose. I can hear it, but for some reason it's seated to the top now. So there we go. See? That's completely loose. Now if I had a jack, which realistically I should be using, I could just put this sucker in gear, rotate the wheel till that's on the top, and then that'd be a lot easier. But I'm only trying to get to here, which I got my hand on it. Tighten the nut. I'm already on it. I don't know. I don't know if you can see. Probably not. See that nut? Zoom. Right there. That's all I'm trying to tighten up, because that thing is loose. So I'm going to tighten that puppy up and see what happens. Right there. It looks like it's got an Allen in the center to hold it, but I'll just hold the top. It's kind of crappy looking, but hopefully it spins. If it don't spin, I gotta get a new one. You know, hopefully the nut's not completely frozen in there, but let's see if we can find a wrench to fit it. Now, it's a lot easier, you know, to just drive down to your tire store and just wait in the waiting room with a cup of coffee in hand while they do this for you, but that's not my stuff. Look, it's already tight. See? I gotta use my knee, push the on it. I like using a box end, but I don't know if I can get it in here. Oh, there we go. Yep. So I'm just gonna tighten this nut, and it should mushroom out the rubber. Mushroom out the rubber enough. You can't see it, but I got my knee pushing the tire. That's why I sound like a fat kid doing exercise. I know I have to get a little bit with the box. Okay. That's pretty damn tight. Let me go a little more, or try to, just in case. Alright. Now, before I could move this sucker all around, and now it ain't budging. You know, just bending the rod, you know, because it's just cheap rod. Lightly bending that, but all right, maybe it'll work. I don't know, but all that was a three-quarter Harbor Freight wrench. A couple blocks of wood. And an old splitting maul. Clearly don't use that side. Just the hammer, you know. But let me see about getting some air in it. Alright. This is nothing new to truck guys, but this, you know, I'm just making this for people that don't. Maybe you just bought your first, you know, big truck and whatever. But truck guys already know all this stuff, so. But here's the thing. You're not going to get this to sit. Alright, see. Sometimes in the summer, you can pull on this and get it to sit, you know. But, being that it's winter out, and these are new tires too, so they're stiff. This ain't going to sit, so we got to go get Bebo. Alright, this is Bebo. My kid named it Bebo because it looks like, I don't know, he says it looks like a pig. But this is an air tank I got from Lowe's. Did a little piping with a ball valve. I am going to make something better because these threads you're not supposed to have threads. It's supposed to be smooth, but when I made this, it was at night. We were trying to do a truck. And, you know, we were in a hurry, and that's kind of what we came up with. However, I do not like the threads. This is supposed to be like a wide, you know, you can buy them, but like I said, in the middle of the night with a broken down truck, you can't buy nothing. So we made this, and with a little bit of adapting, we got to that, and then I'll change the end of that later to a proper wide smooth one, but for now it'll work. So just take this, clip it on here, fill it full of air. The compressor I have here, alright, well that's interesting. So I got it up to 120 and the compressor shut off and it's sitting there. So clearly they're equaling themselves out. That thing doesn't have any more to push it past 120. So shut that off. And here's the important part. when you're doing this, you gotta have the air ready to go. Over at my other place, I have one of these that will stay on the valve. I'll just stick it on there. But you gotta be ready with the air as soon as this blows out to get the air, because you'll just lose the bead again. So I'll set that right there. Like I said, it's not like my other one. My other one will stick on there. And let's try this. I'm betting it won't work the first time. They never do for me. I don't know why. It's just something about setting something off. I always get nervous or something, and you know, I go too gentle, or so. Yeah. However, alright guys, I just wanted to say the compressor was loud, so you couldn't hear me, but those air tanks, when you blow up the tire, you gotta be really careful. I've had those things blow back and hit me in the hand pretty hard. Usually they don't work for me. That one worked on the first time. I got pretty lucky. Yeah, we're only at, I don't know if you can see it, but I don't like these things. They suck. So I don't know how to hold this camera, but maybe I can get it right there. Clip this camera onto my shirt. Alright. Now, alright, you see that? Alright, you see that? 20. This compressor's no good, but watch this. So I'll let off the trigger, right? Look what sticks out, but watch this. Take it off, right? Put it back on. Only 20, so you can't trust these things. You have to get off of it. See, watch. Because this thing builds up pressure inside. See, look at that. Now watch, I get off of it, get back on. You know? So, what they do is they make down here this little button. See that little button? So, that's for like deflating. If you put too much air in it, the tire, you just push that little button. But all I like to use it for is, watch this. Now watch. That way I know this thing's not pressurized. Because if not, you get off of it. See? That ain't correct. Watch. But we'll go until we can't go no more with this little compressor, and then take it over to the big compressor. Alright, so I'm over where I keep my large compressor. But I wanted to show you this. This is what I like to use. I don't know why it just stays on better. And I like to use that. And then stop every now and then and check it with one of these, you can see this is a lot more accurate. This thing goes up to 150 psi. So, but on this tire, it says 120 cold psi. So right now we are at, see, I like this because it stays. That other one springs back in. So you can pull this one, you know, completely out like this and, you know, bring it up and look at it. So we're like 31, 2. I'm gonna say like 32. Then the other thing I like about this is one hand. I don't have to hold the hose, and then I don't have to push down the button. You just grab it, stick it on. Once you pull it on enough, look, sometimes it'll stay on. If you put a little tension, see, I got a little tension on my knee. This one will stay on there. So your hand can be free, because if you're filling these tires in the winter, you know, depending on what day it is, this thing gets so cold. You could just put gloves on, but I didn't bring any. Now, what I'm going to do once I get done, I'm going to put a little soapy water around here to see if this rubber is still leaking. If it is, then that means I got to completely replace it. So you just let that run for a bit, right? Take it off. Usually these leak air, so put it way to the side so you can hear if this is leaking air, which it's not, but we're still going to check it later with the soap. And then put this on and just pull back on it. It'll stick that out. As long as you don't bump it, it won't go back. So what does that say? 60. Yeah, 60. And then what I like to do is take it on your leg, lightly just push it back in. So the next time you get 100% accurate. So 60. So we still got ways to go. Then there we go. Sometimes you, I don't know if you can hear. You know when you're perfectly straight, because that's when you hear the most air. You go down a little or up. See, I can feel it getting cold. Now this compressor, my other compressor went to what, 120? This one here is like 250 psi. So it has the power to overpower the tire. You want a compressor that it has at least double the psi than the tire. That's the problem with that little compressor. Once you get to I think once you get to like 50 or 60, it won't go anymore. You gotta have at least, you know, double the tire. Well, it's what I found works best. I mean, you can do it with that little compressor, but I mean, it just takes forever. And then once you get up to like 60, it just will not. It just doesn't have it, because you can. There's what's called constant, and then there's what it will build up to. So let's try that. Okay. So we're just under 110, because I can see the zero starting to peak out. Yeah, we're at 109. 109. Let's keep going. Now, while that's doing that, I want to say it's very important to have a matched set of tires and keep the tire pressure matched. You don't have to have matched set of tires all around the truck. Just any dualies, because look at the top. You see how the other tire on the inside is the same height? That means the two of these tires, when properly aired up, are going to wear at the same. Now if you put a bald one on the inside and a good one out here, the one out here will be higher and will be doing all the work, and you will wear the new one out just as fast as you get it. So the best thing to do is perfect match set. Now you could have two bald ones on the other side of the truck and two new ones on this side of the truck. I mean, you're not going to get a sticker with bald ones, but you get my point. Alright, so that's a little over 120, but I was too busy talking. So we're at 1, 2, 3, 123. Maybe I'll just let some loose. Push that back in. Try it again. One more. Alright, 120. I'm cool with that. While we're here, where's my inside one? Should be completely opposite. Hold on, I'm gonna need two hands. So that inside one over the winter has leaked down to 100. So let's fill that one. That way we got a match set and they wear perfect. Cause I just bought these tires for the back of this truck. It was like $2,000. So the best way to get your life out of tires is to maintain them with proper air pressure and watch what you drive over. Watch what you drive over. The other thing is watch the way you turn. You know, you do a lot of sharp turning. You know, in the summer. 110. Especially in the summer, if things are hot, tires get hot in the summer. You know, and what kills the tires the most in the summer is being underinflated. That's why you see a lot of those tires on the highway and stuff. Usually that's recaps, but I don't deal with recaps. I can't stand them. I don't think they're worth your money. I don't know if you can see way in there. Now the other thing too is, see how this one's over here? That one's over there? Complete opposite for a reason. They should always just be opposite. Helps with like balancing. I don't do recaps, and I'll tell you why I don't do recaps. Because what you spend on a recap, to me, does not outweigh the cost of the thing coming apart and destroying the truck. Blow the fender off. I had one on a triaxle one time rip off the battery box, the front mud flap and battery box. I just don't, and then like, I don't know what the liability is, but if it hits a car, you're I gotta assume that you're gonna be in some trouble. Alright, we're just a hair over, 1 pound over, but I'll leave it because it's winter. It'll probably die down a hair. So that's that. And then I'll check the other side, but the thing of it is that's I'm gonna call that good for this video. My thing about tires is they're expensive, and if you're paying for them yourself, you wanna take care of them. And seeing as though this is not my main job, this is my side thing. I don't want I did this to make money, not to lose it. And the easiest way to lose money is not taking care of your tires. It gets expensive. And tires, fluids, not checking fluids, just any kind of general maintenance will save you in the long run. You know, because if you're out trying to make some side money, but you're breaking everything, are you really making anything? So, until next time, have a good one. Okay, what I'll do is a little hot water. A little Dawn. You only need a little bit. And that's it. We'll take that. Now, just to show you, because I didn't film it first, but this is leaking air. So, this is what I don't know if you can see the bubbles. I gotta get a real, get a little more foamy. You want like warm water and see that thing. That's bubbling. You know? That's what we're looking for on the thing. We don't care about that because that's just the tool. However, the valve stem. So that valve stem is no good. That rubber inside there is no good. Even though I tightened it up, so probably dry rotted and old. So I'll get a new valve stem, but it was really bad before. So I'm gonna say this will probably hold pressure for like a day, judging how long that last one that was bad held pressure. But that's not good, we don't want to constantly be fighting that. So I'll have to get a new one.